giving us at the BKU or Kuching North City Hall to share our experience in urban parks development and management in Kuching City, particularly within the area of Kuching City North. And good morning to everyone. Right, the contents of my presentation as follows. Just to give brief information on where Kuching is. So as you can see in the slide, this is where we are in the island of Borneo, and state of Sarawak and the country of Malaysia. And this is a Photoshop of where Kuching is and how Kuching looks like. As you can see, there is a river going across the city, which is called the Sarawak River. And to the right, you can see the what they call our Dewan Undangan Negeri building, and with a beach, a pedestrian beach actually for the city folks to cross the river. And as you can see, it's such a beautiful sight. Right, and the city of Kuching is a gateway to Sarawak, and it offers access to the natural wonders of the island of Borneo and the hidden assets of the world, where I think most of us know that Borneo is the third largest island in the world, and the lure of culture, adventure, and nature constitute Sarawak's draw card for visitors. It is a destination blessed with rich cultural heritage, vast rainforests, bountiful flora and fauna, and unspoiled landscape. And in the photo, you can see the Bako National Park, which is a gazetted national park, untouched by development. Situated at the tip of one of the, what do you call it, peninsula of Kuching City. Now, in the city area, the cityscape contrasts of old colonial legacies and also new buildings. Built environment of the city takes into the design of harmonious coexistence of diverse local culture and multiracial ethnics. Just to mention, Kuching City was declared, actually, we are actually quite a young city. We were declared as a city on the 1st of August 1988, which is about 33 years ago. And from there on, Kuching is being administered by two local authority, which is the Kuching North City Hall and the Kuching South City Hall. Right. And in the slide, you can see the breakdown of the borders and also the size of the area which is under our jurisdiction. So this is our main building. Now, going into the DBKU or Kuching North City Hall's vision and mission statements, our vision is to make Kuching a vibrant, livable city of choice, a city where it is conducive for the people and its citizens to live and to thrive. And our mission is to enhance the quality of life by creating a conducive environment, citizens' engagement, and best-in-class delivery, best-in-class service delivery. As you can see, citizen engagement is also an important aspect. And due to the fact that this is one of the pillars of the healthy city concept, where the citizens or community inclusivity is an important aspect for the development of any cities. Our core functions, like other local authority in the world or other cities in the world, is mainly planning, development, operating, and maintenance of parks, public facilities, and infrastructure. City services, provision of city services like grass cutting, waste collection, and so on. Regulatory service, what do you call it, doing the enforcement, and also community development is also one of the core functions of our city hall. And the BKU's responsibility towards a healthy city can be broken down into three major components, which is a clean environment, provision of public health, and into what you call it, promoting the healthy lifestyle for its people. And this is our government direction to make Kuching a clean, green, and beautiful city. As you can see, the components are the people's participation, economically vibrant, smart city, safe and healthy, sustainable city, and also culturally interactive, which is being captured in our effort in our one of our projects, which is the City of Unity project by Kuching. All right, Kuching is also has been declared as a garden city as far back as 2003 in order to achieve the government direction, which is to become a clean, green, and beautiful city. And the first Greenery master plan was developed in 2006. So in this master plan, you can find out where we have allocated land for development of parks, and also reserve land, which we are proposing so that it would be untouched by development. And of course, we need laws and regulation to do this. So we have a few laws and regulation which is highlighted in the slide here: the ordinances, the planning guidelines, and also the global requirement which we have to meet to ensure that the development of our city is in line with the sustainability of the environment, especially the the green part of it. DBKU or Kuching North City Hall has a 5-year master plan, and it has a catchy word. As you can see here, it is a CBS. So what C stands for is clean, and B stands for beautiful, and S actually stands for safe, smart, and beautiful. Safe, smart, and sustainable. So this plan is actually for 2019 to 2023, and the details of the CPS plan by DBKU is available in our website. You can go and check it out. Right, the strategy of provision of green belts, networks, open space, public parks, and landscape reserve. So in the 5-year plan, our strategy is to provide the green belts, networks, open space, and so on, through emphasizing on physical needs, the community engagement, international participation, and as well as education and awareness. Currently, there are 3 major programs that we have, which is to develop new and upgrade of existing urban parks within the city urban area, which is the Bukit Seol Park, the Sarawak Botanical Garden, and the Unity Park. So this slide will show you currently we have about 60% of the Kuching North area still remains green, which means it is still untouched. There is no development in that area per se. And we even have a national reserve area, which is Bako National Park, and also we have this wetland reserve area, right? And within Kuching City Reserve, we have a green network. So it is a green network which comprises of parks and green to the size of 147.73 hectares of city space for the community recreational needs, either for recreational needs, cultural exchange, and also for community spaces for community interaction. As of 2021, there are 58 numbers of public parks and open space available within the Kuching urban area. And this is a list of the numbers of parks which are available. As you can see, national parks we have 2, forest reserve we have 1, and urban parks, parks within the urban area, we have 19. Community parks are small parks which are situated within the residential areas. We have about 30, and pocket parks within the city center we have 2, and also riverine parks. We mean parks alongside the river itself, right? And for open space, and we have open space vested to the DBKU, which some of them are declared as under the Green Park Ordinance, declared as parks which are not to be done any development without special approval from the state government, right? Next is I would like to highlight on the parks that we have in Kuching. Number 1 is the Unity Park. So these are one of the oldest park in Kuching actually. As you can see, this is the boundary, and it's quite a huge park with a size of about 25 or 26 hectares, about 64 acres of land. So within the parks, these are the photos. And for information, we are currently doing upgrading for the park, where the focus is to provide more spaces or more facilities for the community to use. So as you can see, these are the hardscape which are available in the parks, and the concept of the hardscape which I introduced are related to the cultural or the what you call the variety of cultural heritage in Kuching. So for information, Kuching, we have about 24 or 20 more than that races or tribes in Kuching. So there are a mix of various culture intertwined in the city itself. So to promote this, we manifest the culture or the arts of the races and the tribes within the park. So that's why, as I mentioned earlier, this park is called the Unity Park, right? Then there are also structures which depicts various other tribes like the Melanau Gazebo. Melanau is a name of a tribe in Sarawak or in Kuching. And also we have ethnic sculpture which symbolizes the present or the traditional way of life of the tribes in Kuching. Now, the second park which I like to highlight is, I think this would be one of the biggest one with a size of about 83 hectares. It is called the Sarawak Botanical Garden. So it is shaped, just to give some background information, it is shaped with the model of the Singapore Botanical Garden in mind, right? So within this Botanical Garden, we are planting several species of plants and also vegetation, local vegetation for the promotion to the public. And also within the Sarawak Botanical Garden, there are recreational facilities which the public can use to do their recreational activities such as jogging, cycling, walking, or even do picnics in the area, much like what is being done in the Singapore Botanical Garden, right? So these are some examples of what we have at the Sarawak Botanical Garden. We even have orchards and also arboretum. Mind you, we have actually a site allocated for the planting of various species of banana. It's called the banana orchard within the Sarawak Botanical Garden Park. And also we have a lake district where, as you can see, this is the huge lake with a hardscape structure where the public can have access and, you know, take a nice view and even feel the what do you call it? You can see here the water lilies being positioned within the lake. So there are a lot of, it is the mention of the Lake District is to showcase aquatic plants collection within Kuching area. And this is the central spine, much hardscape. Actually, we try to reduce the amount of hardscape in our parks, but nevertheless, we have to provide it for the utilization of the community, for the, what do you call it, accessibility, so that the community can use it to better feel what is happening within the park. And then the next one is our existing public park. We have also a number of public parks within Kuching area, and this is called what we call the green lungs within the city center. We have the Padang Merdeka or the Unity Field, much considered as the center of the city, of the Kuching city area. For example, this tree, this cotton tree, the age is over 100 years, and it is one of the heritage tree within Kuching. And we have the Tugu Pelawan or the Warriors Heroes Monument with a size of about 3 hectares. And of course, definitely you'll find some hardscape structure there, as I mentioned, for the benefit of the users to use, right? And enjoy more from the parks that the parks have to offer. Then we have our parks within the community center. This is, for example, a small size park, about 0.3 hectares within Sukma Community Park. So within that park, we have a children's playground and also some tracks for residents to use for doing their recreational activities. Also, Remark Community Park, one of the community parks within Kuching, with a size of about 0.7 hectares. It's quite a small park, but the utilization rate is quite good because it is very nearby to the residents' houses. So actually, every day, every evening, you can see a lot of people. Every morning and every evening, you can see the local residents there using the parks to do their recreational activities like jogging, running, and such and etc. And within the city center, this is Kuching City Center, we have the mini Satok Park. A good story about this mini Satok Park. Previously, it is a market. It's a wet market actually in the year of 1990s to 2000. And we have already relocated that market to a better and modern facility. And the site was left to become a park, a small park where the local residents can use and to utilize the park to walk and to relax and also to get the clean air there. And also there's also a park within the traditional or old Kuching area. This is a Wayang Street Park. It's about 0.01 hectares. And you can see we plant bamboos. And just to mention, this area is typically a Chinese, resettlement area, and also one of the oldest city area in Kuching, right? And this is also a nice view. As you can see, what I mentioned about the riverine parks. So we constructed a length about 0.4 kilometer of platform for the users of the community. They can use to walk and even to run, and also enjoy the scenery of the green parks next to them, and even the river itself on their left or on their right. So this is one of the approach which Kuching did to catalyze or to promote healthy lifestyle. And having a river flowing through the city, it would be a waste not to capitalize by getting the people to experience doing recreational next to the river. And this is an aerial view of Kuching. As you can see, the river itself, and even the famous Kuching waterfront, which is a public facility, it is a park itself, and is gazetted under the Green Park Ordinance, where any development to the area would need special permission from the high authority in the state government. Right, and the proposal parks which are in progress right now, we have our Bukit Siol. As you can see, this building is our Kuching North headquarters office building, and we are actually situated within urban forest, right? So we plan to develop this area and probably have a beautiful access by the public to enter the urban forest in a safe manner, and also enjoy the greeneries within the urban forest. The area is quite huge. It's about 17 hectares of land area, where most of it is basically urban forest or trees, lakes, and it has been untouched, right? And also there is an open space provided within Seoul Park for people or the community to relax and to do their recreational activities, right? And we will have an arboretum on the species of plants available in Kuching. And the unique thing about the big Bukit Seoul Park, every year it is being used, prior to the pandemic, it's being used as a track for the Seoul Mountain Bike Festival or competition. It's an international competition where riders can, compete every year. But due to the COVID, we have so far postponed the event for 2 years. So inshallah, hopefully next year we'll make a comeback. Right, now, an important aspect to which we would like to promote is community engagement. For Kuching, we have various collaboration programs which will ensure that Kuching North or DBK is not alone in our quest to making Kuching a garden city. Number one, we have like a collaboration with the Malaysian Nature Society, where we would be embarking on a ficus tree program, planting program all over the city. And then we have a big corporation here, the Sarawak Timber Industry Development Corporation. So we would be also starting a project called the Bamboo Collection Program. And the Sarawak Forest Department, one of the government agencies entrusted to on the what do you call it, on the greens of Sarawak, we would have an indigenous tree planting program, something like this, for example. And then the Sarawak Energy Berhad, which is a utility provider for Sarawak, we will do a nice landscape in our roundabout, all right? And also a local company doing some nice green development at our roundabout, right? So community engagement is also a very important aspect of our initiative to ensure that Kuching is a garden city. We have programs, multiple programs involving the community, like the term which is famous for in Malaysia is gotong royong, or it's like a cooperation where everybody in the community come down and converge in a park and do tree planting, cleaning, and so on. This is very, very popular in our city. And previously, we had also organized the Orchid International or Asia Pacific Orchid Conference in 2019 in Kuching, right? Now, the impact of the providing the parks and the greeneries in the urban areas. Number one is on social. So looking at social impact, we are promoting healthy lifestyle, and also to with the provision of the parks and so on, it will surely be utilized by the community. And for on economic impact, this provision will provide tourism attraction and also will boost local economy, also job opportunity. And towards the environment, it reduces the greenhouse effect, beautification of the city itself, and also improve the city environment aesthetically. And I think it is being accepted everywhere that a city which has lots of greens, lots of plants and trees is definitely a beautiful city. Right. Now, lastly, I would like to show the challenges which we are facing. Number one is the sense of ownership. This is towards the community. This is where we need the community involvement to own the facilities that we provide. So with owning the facilities, they will take care of the facilities and ensure that the facilities are well kept. In terms, for example, it must be clean and the maintenance is good. Vandalism is also an issue, but we are also inculcating safety and security measures, and particularly using the digital technology like CCTVs and such. And also competition of needs for land. This is, I think, probably faced everywhere in the world, where the priority for the use of the land, whether for development or whether to leave it as it is naturally. So this needs a political will here, I guess. And maintenance cost is also an issue, and also the continuous development of staff, skills, and knowledge. And finally, the way forward, Kuching would like to have conserve as much as possible the greeneries in our urban city through the gazettement under the Public Parks and Green Ordinance 1993, and also by utilizing smart technology, where we can enhance security-wise, and also to provide user-friendly system for the community, and also to balance urban development with green Kuching urban green lungs. And finally, community involvement. That is the core of our effort in Kuching. Engage the community to get the inclusivity of the community to be with us, to be with Kuching North together, so that we can continue to make Kuching a green or garden city in this region. Thank you. That is all from me.
Thank you, Malik. It's really wonderful to see this whole system of layers of green coexisting with the cities. But in the interest of time, we actually have only 5 minutes left. So I will allow me to only to ask perhaps one representative from each city, Kuching, Hong Kong, to simply give a closing remarks regarding what we could learn from each other. It's the Alliance of Healthy Cities. So is there anything that we could collaborate or cooperate together? At the end, Malik was talking about they need technology and perhaps investment of tourists, right? And I'm sure Hong Kong could learn from the green strategy. Perhaps Donald, you go first, give a closing remark on behalf of Hong Kong, and then I presume Malik to represent Kuching City. Donald.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Right. Okay.